appreciate that very much. We have with us today Barbara from the American Sign Language Institute, and she'll be helping us today. On behalf of the County Executive's leadership team and the 1,700 dedicated County of Rockland employees, welcome to the Rockland Fire Training Center. It's no coincidence that we've returned to this auditorium today. This is the lifeblood of our county, where thousands, under the leadership of Gordon Wren, voluntarily come through these halls to be trained in fire and emergency services. They dedicate and sacrifice their time, their energy, and sadly to say, their lives, voluntarily for all of us. Let's give all of them a round of applause. It was in this room, a place of truth, honesty, and commitment, exactly 4 years ago, that a Rockland County legislator and former NYPD commanding officer first rose and swore his oath to become Rockland's third county executive. On January 1st, 2014, on this very stage, Ed Day promised an era of renewal as he took the reins of an organization that was struggling to stay afloat. He outlined a concise agenda that remains largely intact today. Fix our government, boost our economy, and preserve this county for future generations. Well, it's no secret that Ed Day has delivered for the people of Rockland County. Did I hear any applause there? Now, most of you don't think you're here to pay your taxes, are you? So it's most appropriate that we return to this room today to celebrate Ed's first term, but also to look toward the future. A new mentality has taken root. Now let's keep those roots growing. The people of Rockland have declared that we not only accept change, but we embrace our new direction led by Ed Day. Please join me as we support Ed for another 4 years. Let's stand with him as he continues. Let's stand with him as he continues to build a strong and vibrant Rockland County that our children and their children will be proud to call home. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand while the county executive and his wife, our First Lady, Jean Day, are escorted into the auditorium, accompanied by the Rockland County Firefighters Pipe and Drums Band. standing for the presentation of our nation's colors by the Rockland County Corrections Officers Color Guard. Present the colors. Performing the National Anthem is a regional performer of opera, Mr. Scott Walters of Nanuet. And we have Megan will sign for the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We will now have Mr. Barry Fixler, United States Marine Corps veteran, will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll have Allison and Rebecca do the signing.
If everybody please join with me, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Host the colors.
Right.
Please remain standing for the invocation. Rockland County's own Monsignor Edward Weber, Director of Priest Personnel for the Archdiocese of New York, will do the invocation.
God, you have given us this great county of Rockland as our heritage. We commend to you Ed Day as he is inaugurated as county executive. We humbly pray that we may always remember your generous and faithful service of your will. Bless the county of Rockland with honest industry, truthful education, and an honorable way of life. Defend our liberties and strengthen the resolve of the people who have come to this county of Rockland to make their home. Lead us to choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. Help us to appreciate the opportunities that are ours as we struggle to bring harmony to an unsettled world. May we balance our concern for justice with the willingness to display mercy, and may our concern for security be tempered with our willingness to take risks which will produce worthwhile change for the good of all people of Rockland County. Oh Lord, we pray for your guidance as we work together for the best interest of our communities, our county, and our nation, and the ultimate goal of peace. When times are prosperous, let our hearts be thankful, and in troubled times, may our deepest trust be in you. Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge some of the elected officials. The reason I say some of them is because I usually forget one or two, so yeah, I'll do my best, okay? But we have with us today our Congresswoman Nita Lowy. We have U.S. Marshal Michael Greco with us. Our District Attorney Thomas Zugaby. Our County Clerk Paul Piperato. For our legislature, we have the Legislative Chairman Tony Earl. We have Legislator Doug Jobson. Legislator Harriet Cornell. Our Minority Leader, Legislator Lon Hofstein. We have Vince Tyler, Legislator Vince Tyler. We have our Clarkstown Supervisor, George Holman. We have Tom Basile, the Deputy Supervisor of Stony Point. We have Ed Markunis, the Mayor of Suffern. We have Marshall Katz, the Mayor of Wesley Hills. We have Bob Simon, the Orangetown Receiver of Taxes. If anybody hasn't paid, he'll take the money, I'm sure. We have Mayor Rosenfeld from the Village of Kaiser. Robert D'Amelio, the Mayor of West Haverstraw. If I forgot anyone, please. Bill Soskin, how are you? We welcome Phil Soskin, Legislator Phil Soskin. Legislator, it wouldn't be me if I didn't forget someone, so thank you. I would like to now ask our retired Lieutenant Colonel Guillermo Rosa and our Deputy County Executive to make a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good afternoon already. Stayed too late last night, I guess. Welcome again to the swearing-in ceremony. Today, we're summoned by this honored and historic ceremony to witness more than an act of one citizen swearing his oath of service in the presence of God. We're called as people to give testimony of our faith in our institutions of a free republic and a free democracy. During my professional career, I had the privilege to work for many outstanding leaders at different levels of government, including military generals and ambassadors. I also had the opportunity to be in the presence of many heads of states from practically every country of the world, including our own presidents and vice presidents. Over the past few years, I worked with our local elected officials and learned that more times than not, we were really heading in the same direction. The difference was that some liked to get there using a different trail, which made it both interesting and worth it. President Eisenhower once said, "For history does not long entrust the care of freedom to the weak and the timid. A people that values its privileges above its principles will soon lose both." In electing County Executive Day this past November, the residents of this county chose to not entrust the care of good governance to the weak and the timid. Instead, they entrusted the future of our county to a man who displays stamina and purpose and who is willing to accept whatever sacrifices without compromising his principles. For the last 4 years, our county department heads, some of them are here, and myself, we got to work with not only a former NYPD commanding officer and a leader, we also got to work with a mentor and a friend. But we also had the opportunity to work with a boss. A boss who does not tolerate anyone making personal disparaging comments about his organization. The only CEO that I know who returns every single phone call to every single resident that calls the office asking for him. A manager who is willing to hear a contrary point of view, who thanks you for a job well done, and who provides what I call corrective encouragement when we messed up. Most importantly, over the last 4 years, we got to work with the only politician that I know that tells you what he is going to do, and then he goes and works 18 hours a day to keep his promise. That type of dedication, tenacity, and drive is not only rare, but it is what brought our county back from the brink of bankruptcy and prevented a state control board from taking over the county finances. Thank you, Ed. In closing, I would like to read an excerpt from President Reagan's second-term inaugural speech. Let us resolve that we, the people, will build an American opportunity society in which all of us, white and black, rich and poor, young and old, will go forward together, arm in arm. Again, let us remember that though our heritage is one blood from every corner of the earth, we are all Americans. Thank you, and Happy New Year.
I'd like to ask the Lower Hudson Valley Youth Chorus, under the leadership of Mr. Jared Rosenblum, will now perform the song Strong. where are we now? I also want to mention, as someone who's here, Francis Pratt from the NAACP is here. I'd like to ask Your Honor, Craig Johns, to step forward as the county executive, and Jean for the oath of office.
Good morning. Place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
Edward Day,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold, support, and defend
that I will uphold, support, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of New York State,
the Constitution of New York State,
and the Rockland County laws,
and the Rockland County laws.
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties
That I will faithfully discharge my duties
of the office of County Executive
of the office of the County Executive
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the county executive makes his remarks, we're going to view a short film that was put together by Scott Salato, our former communications director, has compiled a lot of the accomplishments that our county executive can certainly take credit for.
I'm fighting for the same things that they're fighting for. I have the same concerns they have. I'm addressing the same problems they pointed out. That strength comes from the people. It comes from people who vote, people who continue to tell me that you're on the right track. I want to make sure this county remains the beautiful county it was that I found some 35 years ago. We were going to implement the 3 things I wanted to do. You know, writing our fiscal ship, making Rockland work again in economic development, and preserving Rockland. In order to do those things, the picture of Rockland had to change. What we're facing here, and predominantly it's in town and Ramapo, the development is taking place without regard to community, without regard to neighborhood, without regard to the environment. A house, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rooms, collecting cash money, no way of escaping a fire. They risk lives. And when I see it being done by developers who simply are looking to make a buck and really don't give a darn about what happens in the environment, they're going to make their money and move on, it sickens me and it angers me. We're utilizing strategies that have never been used before in the state of New York to the best of our knowledge. We're using the sanitary code to deal with slumlord housing. We're using executive orders and permitting to deal with the overdevelopment. We look for cash receipts. We talk to the IRS. We talk to the State Department of Taxation and Finance. Equal treatment for all, special preference for none. That is my credo. That's what I expect of myself, my administration. Accountability, responsibility, expectations, things that you have to have in an organization to be vibrant and vital. We never look at Rockland County as a government. We look at it as an organization. And when you think that way, you get outside the box. Bring in talented people. We have a plethora of smart people who come in. Economic development in Rockland County, bringing ratables, bringing wealth here. Our deficit is nearly gone. We have money in the bank. We're not borrowing money for cash flow anymore. We attack the infrastructure needs. 170 miles worth of roads. The roads are much, much better now. The reception I have gotten from the average person in Rockland County has just been amazing. And they tell me wonderful things. Say how proud they are, how happy they are, that they're almost ready to move. And they're seeing the turnaround. They feel good about their community again. You can't buy that. It is just an amazing feeling to have. It reminds me of when I was in law enforcement, when somebody said, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you're doing, protecting us. To have a job now as the county executive, which mirrors that emotional high that I got in law enforcement as a detective and detective commander and a chief. I could not give up the person.
Ladies and gentlemen, our County Executive, Ed Day.
Thank you very much. I noticed one gentleman was joining. Well, it's been a long night last night, as Dan said. First, I want to thank you all for being here, and a Happy New Year to everybody in the room. Look, I stand before you today, here in what I call this Hall of Heroes, full of pride in and happiness for our beloved county of Rockland. Today, on the first day of 2018, we celebrate just how far Rockland County has come in just 4 short years. And as important, how much more we will achieve going forward. 4 years ago, when I took the oath of office for the first time, Rockland was in a full-blown crisis on many fronts. We had a $138 million deficit. We're the most fiscally stressed county in the state of New York. Our bonds were near junk, our county government was rudderless, and the people were reeling from years of double-digit tax increases and a tax and spend cycle. Our economy was faltering, businesses were fleeing, opportunities were scant, and unemployment was high. Developers were compromising our resources, our environment, and our neighborhoods. Slumlords were putting residents and our volunteer firefighters in harm's way. Why? All for the almighty buck. We had just $42,000 in the bank in the third week of January 2014, and we were near default, as Dan Moscato said earlier. To be blunt, we were in a free fall. 4 years ago to the moment, right here, I stood and quoted President Ronald Reagan from the time he first took office, facing similar overwhelming challenges. What he said was this: the crisis we are facing today does require our best effort and a willingness to believe in ourselves, to believe in our capacity to perform great deeds, and to believe that together, with God's help, we can and we will resolve the problems which now confront us. I spoke of a budding sense of a renewed hope that there was a real opportunity to turn the tide right here, that we should believe in that growing sense of hope, that we should heed those words and believe in ourselves, that we would embark upon an era of renewal. I wanted Rocklanders of all ages and backgrounds to know that Rockland County would be moving forward, that we were a community with a shared vision, that we had direction, and we would get there together. Well, I'm here to tell you one thing. Congratulations, Rockland County. You did it. We have come back from the ashes. We have fulfilled the promise I made right here exactly 4 years ago. We ushered in an era of renewal in Rockland County. How? As I assured you all then, we will tackle each issue with what I call the three-legged stool, our 3 core priorities. Stabilizing Rockland's finances, righting our fiscal ship. We have exceeded all expectations by doing something no one ever thought could be done so soon. Our inherited $138 million deficit is now 0 in just 4 short years. We have had 5 bond upgrades to an A category. We are staying within a property tax cap. Our organization is 22% smaller, and our budget has been lowered to levels not seen since 2008. Second, making Rockland work again, a plan for economic development. The key to stemming the tide of increasing property taxes was creating a foundation of wealth here in Rockland County. New businesses are coming in, and we are retaining current businesses as many do expand. This orderly effort is respectful of our residents and has resulted in adding $5 billion in new rentables in the past 3 years after a long period of decline. We're bringing more wealth through the New York State Regional Economic Development Awards. For example, in 2017, we were awarded nearly $6 million for local businesses and municipalities. That is more than the combined total for the 3 full years prior to our coming into office. That is the kind of success we are having. And we're leaving no stone unturned by bringing in wealth. We are utilizing tourism in the filming industry. Our reach is as close to New York City and as far away as China and Ireland. The results? A stabilized tax base, unemployment rate down 30%, an increased opportunity for those who want one thing, to pursue the American dream. Lastly, preserving Rockland. We are using unique and heretofore unheard of strategies to ensure that everyone follows the law. No more illegal development. We are demanding responsible planning and development that preserves the quality of life that we enjoy and taking steps through executive order. We are making it clear, if you do not, county government will be in front of you with that line in the sand. We have launched a successful assault on slumlords through the Rockland Codes Initiative Program and the Rental Registry. I will not countenance the victimization of the most vulnerable of our residents and certainly risk the lives of our heroic volunteer firefighters in the death traps that slumlords create. We have stopped untoward development like Patrick Farm that would tax the natural resources to a breaking point. We have been aggressive about collecting over $2 million in back taxes from developers and business owners who own vacant and non-residential property, yet fail to pay their taxes like everyone else. We will not allow them to force the average citizen to subsidize semi-legal shell games, often for years on end. So you had to listen to his speech. Why is it how we recovered so important? Why does all this matter? We know this already, but it's important we understand something. There are 2 main reasons why it's important. We as a community have learned that there is no task too daunting, no challenge too overwhelming, that we cannot, together, confront and overcome. Secondly, we have identified and implemented a path to success and prosperity. Today, we continue our journey to the greatness we know this county has. Today, Rockland County, we mark the day we completed the era of renewal. We commenced 4 years ago. Today, we now embark upon a full renaissance of our beloved county of Rockland. That renaissance, which is our collective future, holds great things. You must believe that. I pledge to you that we will stay the course and we're not going to mess with success. We will build on the foundation laid and reach even higher to ensure continued economic growth and, most importantly, growth that offers opportunity for all. We will strengthen the fiscal condition of our county, as that we will allow us to continue the enhancing our infrastructure so we do not saddle our children and our grandchildren with 3- and 4-fold the cost by waiting. We will tackle all the all too often discourse we see, often very hateful, led by a reinvigorated Human Rights Commission and supported by faith-based and community groups, along with concerned citizens. We must heed the sage counsel of President Lincoln. A house divided against itself cannot stand. We will take additional steps to ensure a clear understanding that much, much more joins us than divides us, as we find common the air we breathe, our dreams for our families, the environment around us, and blood that courses through our veins. My pledge today to you is I will travel anywhere to meet anyone at any time in support of that effort. To paraphrase what Deputy County Executive Rosa said earlier, we are all Rocklanders. I will continue to work every day in any way to fulfill the mandate of the people. I will continue to be guided by a simple credo I have adhered to: equal treatment for all, special preference for none. We will further improve upon our existing outreach and delivery services to all communities and reach those in need through consolidation and relocation of our social services and health departments. Whether one needs a place to stay warm, counsel to deal with a crisis, or training to get a leg up, we will engage with all our community partners to ensure no one else falls through the cracks. Talking about self-reliance is one thing. Instilling it is both a challenge and, frankly, is our end game. We will keep our responsibility to humanity at the forefront of our actions. As I remind all, we are all in this together. We will utilize every resource at our disposal in protection of our neighborhoods and natural resources. Greedy developers and slumlords, heed this and hear it now. We will not let you victimize those unable to defend themselves, risk the lives of our volunteer firefighters, or destroy the county that we cherish. We will not allow it. I see our county government as an able and effective partner with each local municipality. But with that effort comes an expectation of understanding that land use decisions made at the town level impact each and every town county-wide. Our precious resources are not without limits, and to those towns who understand that basic concept, I welcome the partnership to ensure the greater good. To any who do not, you will face a county organization that will move heaven and earth to stop you from compromising the character of this great county. We will strengthen government accountability and combat corruption with a newly established county auditor, maximize public safety in collaboration with our district attorney, sheriff, our local police, and the professionals here at the Fire Training Center, and work hand in glove with our towns and villages to ensure services are optimally delivered at the lowest possible cost to taxpayers. I want to thank the citizens of Rockland who overwhelmingly showed their belief in me by returning me to office. Be assured that as I kept my word to you during my first term in office, I will continue to respect the simple covenant I have with all of you. Continue to say what I mean what I say, and make good on my priorities and my promises. You have given me the gifts of faith, belief, and trust. Thank you so much. I was mentioned in the video, I don't know if everybody understands what that means to someone. But I will tell you this. I see these as sacred gifts that I will always treasure, but I will never ever betray or compromise. I love this county. That's what drives me. This is the place Gene and I adopted 35 years ago to raise a family. We've been rewarded with a lifetime of memories and lifelong friends. It is I who owe Rockland, not the other way around. I will never waver, falter, fade, nor rest until we establish for all what we already know here, that Rockland County is the greatest county in the state of New York. In closing, I sincerely thank you all for taking the time today to be a part of another slice of the history of Rockland. And my gratitude to the staff of the Fire and Emergency Services Center, as well as to all those who came here and volunteered their time and efforts to make this event so special. To the community of Rockland, our very best wishes for a happy and prosperous New Year. And let us all have a good thought and a prayer for those serving our country in the armed forces of the United States of America. Never forget it is they and their comrades before them who secured and now protect the right for us to be part of this wonderful democracy. This proud dad counts his son, Staff Sergeant Michael Day, among that cadre of heroes. God bless you all, and may God bless this great country and county of ours. Thank you very much for being here.
Job well done. I would also like to acknowledge, on behalf of our sheriff, Sheriff Falco, we have in attendance the two undersheriffs, Mary Barbera and Bob Vancura. We have a brief interlude now, which really is in memory of our county executive's mom, who passed away recently, and his dad, who passed away several years ago. The county executive has asked that their favorite songs be sung in their memory. So Mr. Scott Walters will sing Danny Boy in memory of his dad, and My Way in memory of his mom.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must buy. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. And now the end is near, and I must face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've had a life that's full, I've traveled each and every byway, but more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and I saw it through exemption. I planned each charted course, I traveled each and every byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels and make the words of one who kneels. And for the shows, I took the blows and did it my way.
Beautiful. Please stand. I would like to ask Rabbi Jeremy Ruberg from the New City Jewish Center in New City to do the benediction.
Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessings for our country, for our county, its government, its leaders and advisors, and for all who exercise just and rightful authority. Teach them your insights, that they may administer all affairs of state fairly, that peace and security, happiness and prosperity, justice and freedom may forever abide in our midst. Creator of all, bless all the inhabitants of our county with your spirit. May all of us, of all races and creeds, forge a common bond in true harmony. to banish hatred and bigotry, and to safeguard the ideals and free institutions which are the pride and glory of our county. May this land under your providence be an influence for good throughout the world, uniting all people in peace and freedom, and helping them to fulfill the vision of your prophet. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they experience war anymore. And may we also experience this year of 2018 be one of happiness and prosperity. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.